Hello everyone, welcome back to Southern Restoration. In this episode of the Trendy Trish build, we're going to be installing roof vents. So the first one that I'm going to be installing is 700 by 500, and that's going to be going at the back doors where the bed is going to be. Now I'm going to go through the layout plan today as well and probably mark it out on the floor just to give me a rough idea for installing the second vent, because the second vent is 280 by 280 and it's going to be going where the toilet is, the bathroom area is. And then I also have another vent. Now the other vent is just a kind of an extractor fan vent, like it's just free spinning vent. So that's going to be installed, but the thing about that one more so than any of the others is the fact that I'm going to have a roof rack on the roof. So I don't know about positioning or where the right place would necessarily be for that, because it needs to catch the wind, it needs kind of that free area space. Now I can cut the roof rack, I'm going to shape it because it's too long anyway. It's actually, I think it's off on the Iveco daily, so I'm going to have to, that's going to be an exciting kind of episode to do, because there's going to be a little bit in that, a little bit of cutting and chopping and welding. But never mind any of that, we're going to start off now by first showing you the vent, and then we're going to get stuck in. So let me show you so you can see what we're dealing with. So this is a max air vent. It's 700 by 500 that I got. It's going to give us loads of light. I actually, when it came in, I was thinking, oh, is this too big? It looks huge, but it actually, I think it's perfect size, because it takes advantage of that full kind of roof space area above the bed, and it's definitely going to give a lot of air circulation. So now that you've seen that, I want to mark out the roof carefully, maybe contemplate it over a cup of tea, because I'm a bit nervous about cutting into the roof, as I've never installed one of these vents before. So we're going to get into that next and go from there and see what happens. So let's get on with it. Right, so everyone, I have it in, it's all glued, it's all finished. I'm gonna get you to have a look at, I'm just gonna go around it now just to show you from the inside what way I have it held in. So have a look. And now what I want to explain. So what I did basically so the roof vent comes in two pieces pretty much. You've got the outer panel that goes on top of the roof, and then you have this kind of cowling that goes around and holds the roof, the top part, into the sandwiches into the roof panel of the van. So to hold that down when it's glued, obviously you have to have a bit of sealer in there. So what happened was, I was running up and down, I was sealing it, I was kind of panicking because I put the sealer in, and when I screwed it down tight, it wasn't sitting right, and I was like, oh Jesus, I have the sealer in. I should have mocked it up first. I should have not put the sealer in, tightened it all up, made sure it was all right, and then go, okay, these are the right screws, this is the right that. But I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I have it done now. That's why I didn't film it, because I was just rushing around. But now that you have a look, you can see what it's like. It actually turned out well. You can see from there, it's nice and centered as well. So more than anything, I'm happy that the hole that I cut in the van was in the right place. So that is all done, it's all nice and finished. I'm not going to tackle the other ones, lads, not in this episode, because I think this is just a kind of a nice little small snippet episode. I don't like doing that. I like trying to get as much as I can into each episode, but I think I'm just going to put this one out, and then the next episode, I've after getting myself a roof rack. So what we're going to do is the van that's actually behind you now, or in front of me and behind you, the other van, I'm going to take the beacon off of that. I'm going to get the roof rack. I think it's off of the Iveco Daily, and I'm going to throw it onto the roof of that one, because we don't mind marking that van because it's going to the bin. So put it on that. It'll have to be shortened because you know how long dailies can be. It looks like it's going to need to be shortened a good bit anyway. It could be wrong. Shorten it down. And the reason I'm not putting the other vents in yet is because, number one, one of the vents is a shower vent, and I want to kind of, even though I can mark it out a rough plan on the floor, I want to have the floor in it, the actual hard standing floor, and just so I can get a better eye in, because you know, if it's off an inch and go, if it was only over an inch or it was over this, it could be going between a wall, just to be 100% with it. And the spinny fan that I have, the extractor kind of fan for it's supposed to be good for condensation and all that crack, that fan, I don't want to put that in yet either, because of the roof rack, and because solar panels are going to be going on the roof rack as well. So just for the best direction, the best place it can be for wind, basically, so it's spinning. I don't want to put it in and go, I actually should have moved it there. It would have been in a way better position. So there's a few finicky things of after noticing now with this. So I'm going to give over the spiel, and in the next episodes you can expect, probably, unless something changes, you can expect a roof rack, maybe cutting of the roof rack, arranging it, or maybe it'll just be a mock-up plan, an idea, and it'll give me a clear picture of where I can put on my vents and all the rest of it. And I'm also waiting on the foil, the vapor barrier crack, all that stuff for the van. So I'm waiting on that so we can put the floor in. So between waiting on stuff and figuring out bits and pieces, that's the crack. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. This is it. I just have to wait and let this dry now. As you can see by the picture on it, I have a disc off a car and a lump of steel sitting on rags and a piece of wood holding down the skylight on the roof. Now, you're probably thinking, you know, if he was going to have a good seal here now, he shouldn't need anything like that to hold it down, because it should be the screws if it's flush and if it's right. And yes, so it is flush and it is all correct, and it is all sitting nicely on the roof. It's just, if you can imagine, between where it seals and where I have those things sitting on the panel, there's about that much of a gap. So you've got from here to about here, and it's like a flappy piece of plastic, and it's just sticking up a little bit. And I thought, put a bit of sealer on it, put a bit of weight on it, holds it down, and then by tomorrow it'll all be nice and dry and it'll be held tight. So yeah, that was just the idea behind that, just to keep everything nice and flat and flush and nice. So that's the crack, lads. I'm gonna shut up now. Nice short little video for you just to see. I hope you enjoyed the video, so give us a like, give us a subscribe, that's a new one. Subscribe, like, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So thanks for watching.